Hey Pathway, Pastor Gordon here. I have the privilege of sharing a devotion with you today. I actually wrote this devotional a few years ago, and it calls back to a time of me growing up with my dad. My dad drove truck my whole life, and I loved it. I loved the size of it, the smell of it. I love truck stops, which probably puts me in the minority. I love it all. I remember one time when I was 10 years old, and we were up at a truck stop in Canyonville, Oregon. And I was coming out of the bathroom and I saw this truck go by a window, and I thought for sure it was my dad. And I remember my heart sinking, getting sick to my stomach, just fear gripping me that how could it be true that my dad left me? Fortunately, seconds later, he came around the corner, and the relief that came over me. The verse I want to share with you is Psalm 16:8, which says, "I know the Lord is always with me. I will not be shaken, for he is right beside me." I don't know about you during this time, but for me, there's fear, there's anxiety, there's question around what's the world going to look like at the end of this. But as Christians, the beautiful thing, the really unbelievable thing that we have is God, who can always be trusted, who we know is sovereign, who we know is always there, who's always good, who's always looking out for our interest, who's superintending over our lives every second of every day. Even when we're sleeping, he's awake and watching and in control. He is indeed the master and commander of our universe. We can trust that he's good and that he's watching out for us, and that he is a God who is with you and with me and is always by our side.